this was how I made the popular spiral design that you can easily use on your dresses, your tops, your blouse. You can just easily use it to decorate your entrance to beauty of your outfit. So I first started by changing the foot. Okay, so I changed my regular foot to an invisible foot. Okay, as you can see on this video. So I had to dismantle everything. I had to loosen everything and couple it back so that you would see how it's coupled in case maybe you didn't know how to put it together. So you see that I have coupled it and just follow the video illustration. Okay, you can slow it down for better understanding. So I changed it and this was how I placed it. You can see that those the area where it grabs, yeah, those grabbers, I had to put it I have to put it from the front towards me. So that was how I put it. Then I tightened. You're not going to remove the knot on the machine already. The one that was used to hold the regular foot. You're not going to remove it. You're going to leave it there. Then add this one to and tighten it. Okay. So this is what we have, and this is what we are going to be using for the spiral design. Okay, so apparently an invisible zipper is not only meant for invisible receipts alone. So I started by cutting out the amount of fabric that I needed. So I just cut out an 18 inches, that is half yard, 18 inches by 60 inches. Okay, so and this was the fishing line I used. Okay, you can see that it's 1.40 mm. Yeah, so I started by first folding the tip of my fabric. Okay, I used the ganza, you guys. I used the ganza. So I folded the tip and then I rolled the fishing line with the fabric. Okay, and then used my invisible zipper foot to hold it down. So okay, so this it was how I placed it. Look closely and well, you'll see how I folded it. Okay, so I put the foot very close to the fishing line, and it didn't break the needle, it didn't shift, it was just perfect. Okay, so this is your perfect. The first time I did this spiral, I did it. It was very funny. I didn't have an I think I had an invisible foot, but I just I just sew it and then pass the the fishing line manually, and it was crazy. It was very stressful and it didn't come out neat and perfect at all. But you can see that I am sewing while I place the fishing line and it comes out very perfect. Okay, we've put one and we're going to go ahead and put the second one. So this is it. Just bend the area where you're sewing over to the other side and then place your fishing line in between and then use your foot to stabilize the fabric and the fishing line. And voila, it's very simple. Okay, so there is something I would love you to understand why making this spiral design. Okay, so when you're passing your fishing line, make sure that there is excess on both ends before when you roll it. When you start rolling it, make sure that there is excess, and then make sure that you secure it so that it doesn't move and enter inside the fabric. And where before you cut off the excess at the end, by the time you've ended the sewing, the placement, make sure that there is enough excess. You're going to see the reason by the end of this video. You're going to understand by the end of this video. Look at how beautiful and demure this is. Please, dear soulmates, don't forget to subscribe, follow, share, and like, and then put on your notification button. Okay, you're going to be seeing lots and lots of educating videos as time goes by. Okay, there will be a lot of tutorials, a lot of educative tutorials along the way. So stay tuned and stay with me. As you can see, I'm done, and I cut off the excess about 2 inches or more. The reason why I cut off this excess is because I was okay with what I have and what I wanted it for. This spiral is for a child's ball gown, okay, ball dress. So you're going to see it at the end of this video. Just stay with me. Okay, so um I am done, and I am folding the excess, like I am finishing the other side of the spiral. Remember, we folded the first end before we started attaching our fishing line, but this time around I am done attaching on both end, and or to both end, and I folded the other part. So you're going to understand something. I used a doll face to finish the tip. Okay, so on this tip, before you place your doll face, okay, before you start sewing the doll face in, make sure that all the fishing lines are equal. As you can see, this very fishing line is very short, and it has gone inside, and I've cut off on the other end, so I'm pushing it out to make it very rough. Okay, so what I just did was to start sewing from that end. So make sure that you attach your doll face first before cutting off the excess. Okay, make sure you cut off, and don't worry about your needle breaking. It's not going to break your needle at all. So I had to cut off the excess. Sorry, I had to cut off the excess before folding in 2 times. You know how we do our normal finishing. Okay, so I cut off the excess and I folded it 2 times, as you can see. Okay, so and I finished it, and that was how it came out very neat. I did the same thing at the other side of my fabric of my spiral. Okay, and everything was very neat. So one more thing, yeah, when you're attaching your doll face, make sure to stitch like 2 or 3 times to make sure that the fishing line is well secured, okay, before turning in. And when I turned, I still secured it about two. I run the stitch about 2 to 3 times. Okay, I see, you can see how neat and beautiful it is. So this is the finished look, guys. So here I am trying to pin it on my dress, okay, on the ball dress, and you can see that this how plain this dress is, and then when I attach this spiral, how more beautiful it looks. Okay, you can place it anyhow you like. If you're using a picture, an already made picture already, you can place it the way it is, or you can place it any way you would love it. Okay, so don't you love it? Don't you like it? All right, so this is the finished look, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, subscribe to my channel, put on your notification bell, and follow for more. Also like this video and tell me what you think on the in the comment section. Okay, so this is the dress, you all.
Bye bye.